Insect Newick review of Mengual et al. 2023 phylogenetics of Syrphidae. Data is here on Mendeley. So quite a lot, 26. And these all seem to be formatted, the terminals formatted about the same. I've just taken one of these. And the first time I saw this, I was a bit concerned about the abbreviation of the genus names. Now, generally this ambiguates the taxonomic information. It may not, in practice it may not do, but that needs to be determined. And a second concern, I couldn't find the codes, but on the second look I did find them. They are in a supplementary table. They've just been written differently. So we have here this column of supplementary table. These codes all start AHE underscore and have a number. And in the terminal IDs, when we don't see AHE, we do see a uppercase letter followed by a number, but this number does seem to correspond to these as far as I can see. So I'm going to assume that's the case. So use this as like a mapping file and take the genus, species and the code, just a minor modification of the code somewhere here. Yep. Just remove anything which is not a number. So that removes the AHE underscore and take the species. And here's some standard code for swapping out the codes with the species. So in this case we have the standard Newick character, but the start of the terminal ID will be a uppercase letter. Then we have the code and underscore and a bunch of other things. So perhaps if we also pull out this and change this. This seems fine. So Colatus, according to the table, is Melanogyna colatus. Okay, well, it roughly seems to have worked. It's really introduced a lot of uncertainty though. Would be better. Well, several issues. The codes, if these are the codes, well, firstly the codes used in the terminal ID should be in a table, and if they are, they seem to be this one, but they should use the same codes. They should be not write them differently. That introduces a bit of uncertainty. Besides abbreviating the genus names, but I will assume this is gone correctly. So apart from this, a couple of very minor things. Presumably this is a species group, so I'll just change this to have this as the species complex. Species complex. I think this means that the status of the species is known to be problematic, but they've given the species name anyway. But pointing out that it's it needs work. It gives it processed with at least all the terminals looking nice and neat. Or hopefully the species names I've swapped over correctly. Several species ambiguous. So for example, this one has 2 congeners, so I don't really need this, so I'll prune 3. This is unrooted, so now we need to root it. So this is the outgroup as far as I can see. So 87 genera, 132 species, and job done. We now have a nice phylogeny of this functionally important insect group.